Okay, so I feel like there's some good thoughts,
Yeah.
but I didn't really say them very concisely. I don't know if you're getting that. I feel like I am hearing a noise. No?
No.
Just outside? Okay. We're moving on, buddy. How's it going, guys? Today I want to talk about some of the highlights of 2021, especially what I learned. Let's go. So 2021 is not my favorite year, but I gotta say I learned so much during this year, especially from a lot of challenges, a lot of hardships. I think sometimes the best years are not necessarily the years that teach us the most. And for me, 2021 was quite a learning experience. A lot of those learnings came from a lot of pain, a lot of challenges, but I'm looking back, I'm grateful for them. Don't want to have to repeat them, but I'm glad to be in 2022. Will things be different? Without a doubt. Life evolves and moves on, and without a doubt, there'll be many new lessons to be learned in 2022. But what about 2021? For me, there's a few things that stand out, and I want to share those with you in this video. So one of the things that 2021 really shared with me is just how much ups and downs are part of life. I think that when most of us envision our life, we just kind of have a graph in our mind that's kind of steadily going up. Everything's getting easier, we're making more money, everything is just less and less of a challenge. That is just so far from how real life actually happens. When I look back in my life 5 years ago or 10 years ago, it's not that I had it easier or harder then, it's just that now I'm able to handle challenges that before would have been so much more difficult, a little bit easier. And so I find that with life's ups and downs, it's not necessarily that we could ever expect that we're gonna wake up one day and from a particular period in our life, everything's gonna get easier. But I think what we can expect if we really work through the challenges in life is that the older we get, the more we suffer, the more we go through challenges, the more we really persevere and don't give up, the more we'll be able to handle challenges that when we were younger, we weren't able to handle because we just didn't have the life experience and we didn't have the time to persevere to really be able to handle those difficulties any better. Second thing that stands out to me in 2021 is that cultures are complex. Definitely my own culture in the US, but I gotta be real with you guys. And by the end of 2020, I was so sick of watching American news that I just turned news feeds off of my phone and my computer as much as possible. I don't even care what's going on over there. It's just so toxic. And even though that's my home country and I love it and my family and friends are there, I just don't care one little bit what's going on. Instead, I've really been focused on my new home country, adopted country of the Philippines here, and I've been doing my best to learn the culture here. Gotta say, when I first moved to the Philippines, I just looked at everything through rose-colored glasses. Nobody could do anything wrong. The culture was perfect. And of course, no culture is perfect. Every culture has its strengths and weaknesses, and the Philippines is definitely no different. So I continue to learn from just truly how wonderful and sweet and respectful and thoughtful and kind and patient Filipinos are. But there's also some other things that I've really seen that I really have big question marks about. In some earlier videos, I talked about breadwinner culture, for example, where there'll be one person in the family that works so hard and the rest of the people in the family, to me at least as a foreigner, seem like they just have their hands out waiting to be taken care of. At the same time, I just see so much with Filipino resiliency and going through not only the pandemic, but also now going through this typhoon here in Cebu City that impacted so many other places of the Philippines as well. I just saw that Filipinos going through truly devastating times. So many people lost the roofs on their homes, or lost their homes completely. So many people now, even a month after the typhoon, when I'm speaking today, still people don't have electricity, they don't have running water, they're not even thinking about things like internet. They'd be happy just to find a place to plug in their phone to get charged. Many of these people will be struggling for months and months to come because they just simply don't have the money to be able to take care of repairing their roof or their home or other things that were lost. And yet at the same time, I just see that the people here almost never complain. They just seem to persevere and to smile and to laugh and to do what they got to do from day to day to make it through life, instead of focusing on all of the negative, which, believe me, there's plenty of it. They just really focus on sticking together as a family, loving each other, supporting each other, and just making it through the difficult times together. So is there challenges here? Absolutely. But is there really beautiful things here as well in the culture? Absolutely. And I think it's really such a wonderful privilege to be able to live in another country and to really get to know another culture from the inside out. And I'd want to challenge you guys, if you've never lived in another country, I don't mean just going there for a week or two or even a month on vacation, but really living in another country for a year, 2 years, 3 years, consider it. What do you have to lose? Not much. What do you have to gain? Trust me, so much. Third thing that I learned in 2021 is that I need to have tighter boundaries. I think that all of us have different personalities. Some of us are very independent, some of us are very dependent, and some of us, like me, have struggled more with codependence. Now, what's codependence? For me, not being a psychologist, my lay person's definitions of codependency is that, in practice, if somebody else around you is having a bad day, you're typically going to take that on and be having an even worse day. In other words, you're going to really be looking for others' happiness or sadness or their approval or whatever it is that you want from that person, and it's going to really impact you as a person. 48 now, but when I was 40 years old, that was the first time in my life where I finally woke up and realized I can't keep living my life based on other people's emotions or their needs or how they feel in any given moment. I really need to have tighter boundaries, so I just live my own life. Yes, I care about others and how they're feeling, but I don't let those rule my life. But this year, I've kind of woken up and realized I still need to work on that more. I still need to be a person that cares for other people, but doesn't get so wrapped up in their lives that I make excuses for them and I put up with just frankly too much crap going on in other people's life. I need to have real boundaries where I put myself first, while of course taking care of other people as much as I can. I need to not make excuses for other people. I need to not take on their problems. I need to take other people's problems back in my hands and pass them right back off to them for them to take care of. Sure, I might support them and help them in a way that I choose, but I need not just completely take on other people's problems as if they were my own. I got enough problems of my own. So have tighter boundaries is one of those things in 2021 that I thought I was doing a better job with, that I just had to look myself in the mirror and realize maybe I need to go back and do some more work in this area of my life. Fourth thing that comes to mind when I think about what I've learned in 2021, pretty closely related to the last one, is that who you have in your life will shape your life. If you have positive people in your life, that's going to make you feel more positive. If you have negative people that are always complaining, always struggling, always talking about what's not right in their life, that's going to impact you. If you're around people that always have drama going on, there's always a problem, that's really going to sap so much energy out of you and impact your life. On the other hand, if you have people that have goals and ethics and a mindset and really aspirations similar to your own, it's really going to shape your life in a very positive way. And so I'm looking again at who do I have around me? Are there people that I need to spend less time with? And are there people that I need to spend more time with as well? Because I know that the people that I spend time with from day after day after day are going to really impact my life and are going to make a difference either for good or for bad. So what about you? I'm not the only one that's been through this last year. I'd love to hear from you. What are some of the things that you've learned in 2021? Leave them in the comments below. I'd love to hear how your life is going. As always, guys, thank you for taking the time to watch, and take care.